Will bankruptcy ruin your credit forever? Welcome back. I'm Adrienne Hines, the Ladylike Lawyer. Let's bust a huge myth here. Bankruptcy does not destroy your credit. In fact, out of the thousands of clients that I've helped over the last 30 years, most of my clients' credit scores actually go up when they file for bankruptcy. And I think that's one of the things most people don't completely understand, that bankruptcy is really designed to turn your life around and make it better. I think most people think that bankruptcy is the fiery crash on the highway, when in fact, bankruptcy is acknowledging that something is going wrong with your finances and it's being responsible, pulling over, fixing the problem, and then getting back into the financial highway of life. As somebody who puts out a lot of content on social media, I receive a lot of inquiries, questions, private messages, and general confusion about what bankruptcy is. And most people say to me, won't my life be over? I won't ever be able to buy a house, will I? I won't ever be able to get a car. I won't ever be able to get a credit card. But what you don't understand is that bankruptcy is designed to turn your life around. It's supposed to take you from the situation you are in right now, which is overwhelming debt, and take you over to a new place where your life is going to be easier and you can turn everything around and start living life. In order to do that, it gets rid of your general unsecured debt. Remember, that's going to be the credit cards and the medical bills and the payday loans and all those kind of guys. And the reason why most of my clients' scores go up is because their scores were so far down when they came to me. If you have a credit score of 480, filing bankruptcy will bring your score up. Whether it's 550, 590, 620, wherever your credit score goes after you file, you only go up from there. So bankruptcy brings you to a safer place to start with and then gives you the opportunity to shoot for the stars. Most of my clients are able to get back to a 720 credit score in 12 to 24 months, and sometimes even sooner than that, because life after bankruptcy is about rebuilding your credit and getting back into the game. It's a lot easier to rebuild your credit when you're not servicing debt. That's what bankruptcy lawyers and economists understand really, really well. In my bankruptcy practice, my own clients are able to purchase a car literally days after we file bankruptcy for them. They can get back to a 720 credit score within 12 to 24 months. They can have access to credit cards and revolving lines of credit within months of filing for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, and they can finance a home as few as 2 to 4 years after filing a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Contrast this to what would happen if you do nothing about your debt. Remember, filing bankruptcy is going to deal with a big chunk of your debt, the compounding interest, all the problems that are keeping you from being able to move forward financially in this world. Not only is bankruptcy going to get rid of the problem, but it actually elevates your credit score up to a place where you can actually start imagining doing great things with your life, starting that business, building wealth, right? Talk about living the American dream. You can't even contemplate those things if you've got debt that you're servicing. Getting rid of the debt allows you to open up and raise your credit score back up, and it allows you to get back in the game. But more importantly, bankruptcy does it very, very quickly. And remember, if you want to build wealth, start a business, contribute to your own retirement, buy a home, live the American dream, you cannot do those things with a whole lot of unsecured debt. You're going to have to get through it. So the longer it takes you to get through it, the less opportunity you will have to start that business, build it into something great. It's less time that you have to contribute to your retirement. It's less time you have to build wealth, the things that you need to be doing. The longer you sit in your unsecured debt, the more difficult life becomes for you. So it becomes very important to understand all of the different ways to navigate this debt. As a bankruptcy lawyer, I have some very simple steps that I recommend to my own clients to begin to rebuild their credit right after they file for Chapter 7 bankruptcy. That's going to be things like paying your bills on time, becoming an authorized user on a friend or family member's credit card that's in good standing, signing up for platforms that allow you to pay your rent and utilities through the platform so you can get credit on your credit reports for it, getting a secured loan, Financing a different car. I mean, most people go into bankruptcy with negative equity in a car and they need a different car. Remember, if you can qualify to finance a car the day after you file for bankruptcy and you couldn't qualify to finance that car the day before you file bankruptcy, something's going on through this process that is immensely helpful. Don't let fear hold you back. Watch more, learn more. I'm Adrienne Hines, the Ladylike Lawyer.